My name is Sonya Reid, and as was said, I have a BS in chemical engineering and an MS in engineering management. My current role is in healthcare, and I provide process improvement support with the goal of increasing business and operational efficiency. My STEM journey, like so many others, started in high school where I gravitated towards science and math. Even prior to high school, like many other engineers, I enjoyed taking things apart, seeing how they worked, seeing if I could make them make them work if they were broken. In high school, as I learned more about science, I realized these things that I was doing at home were mini science experiments. And with an aunt in science at my high school, I was strongly encouraged to participate in real science experiments and to participate in local science fairs. I enjoyed those, and my passion for science was really ignited by my high school chemistry teacher. She was a gifted teacher, and she was able to encourage her students, or at least me, to be passionate about science. She was very rigorous, and I appreciated that because the rigor that she instilled was very helpful for me in college. When our high school had a career fair and a chemical engineer from the local DuPont plant came and spoke to us, I felt like this is something where I can use my love of chemistry and my strength in math, and this is a viable career path for me. For undergrad, I attended North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. That's in Greensboro, North Carolina, and it's an HBCU. It's a historically black college and university. It's very well known for its engineering program, and it currently has the distinction of producing the most African American engineers. After I completed my education at North Carolina A&T, my first job was as a scientist at Kimberly-Clark Corporation in Roswell, Georgia. And I worked in nonwovens research in Kimberly-Clark. And that was my first experience, I think, with a mentor. I was assigned a mentor who was wonderful, and I had an informal mentor. And both of them poured a lot of themselves into me. And one of the things that they worked with me on was being confident and expressing myself, sharing my ideas, teaching me that, yes, it's important to do good work, but you have to articulate that to others. You have to get others to buy into your great ideas. And the lessons they taught me almost 20 years ago, I still reflect back on them. So I feel like I was very fortunate to have those people in my life very early on. During my tenure at Kimberly-Clark, I met my husband, who's also an engineer, and he worked in Rhode Island. So you can imagine that was a little difficult. The phone bills were really high. There were no cell phones with unlimited calling plans. So we had to work really hard to get him to Atlanta. But life, like life often does, a solution presented itself that wasn't him moving to Atlanta. We both interviewed and were offered positions at Corning Incorporated in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's a manufacturing facility that makes optical fiber. So we were there for 7.5 years, and during that time, I progressed through the ranks and I got a chance to manage engineers myself. And I found that, again, probably because I had wonderful coaches myself, that I enjoyed the coaching part of engineering. Being able to coach someone one-on-one in private and then watch them publicly succeed was very rewarding for me. Once our family moved to I was almost say Georgia, to Tennessee because my husband took a job with Shaw, I actually got a chance to stay with my girls for a bit, and that was great to be home with them. And I also got a chance to work on my master's. And as I was going through the curriculum at UTC, because my degree is in chemical engineering, I looked and I was like, do I want to do this? Do I want to continue in chemical engineering? But I kept being drawn to engineering management because of the courses that were offered, and they lined up well with my current experience and what I was interested in. So I decided to major in engineering management. And during that program, I met my second professional mentor, who's been great. She was my advisor, and she still is a great mentor and champion for me. And you actually heard from her earlier, Dean Alp. And during my tenure at UTC, she introduced me to a project that she was working on with Erlanger Health System. And that was with the residency program. And she brought me along to several of those meetings. And for me, it was very exciting to see how I could use my process engineering skills in a totally different environment, one that I didn't plan for. And fortunately for me, at the time there was a position posted for a process engineer, and I met the hiring manager and applied, and I was fortunate enough to be offered the position. And during that time, I was able to grow even more in a different field, using those skills that I had learned in chemical engineering and manufacturing engineering and apply those to healthcare. So basically, that's my journey, going from chemical engineering, working in R&D, working in manufacturing, and then converting over to healthcare, where I'm able to use those skills and hopefully coach others as I receive such great coaching in my career. And it's been different. It's been a different journey, but it's been great. And looking back when I was in high school, did I ever expect that I would be working in healthcare? No, but I really think I ended up in the right place. So that's my story.